And stop using this goddamn excuse. Man, I was so pissed off reading the comments under that Black Millionaires post. Every black woman kept saying the reason why black women's unemployment rate dropped is because all of those black women left the workforce and became entrepreneurs. Can y'all take some accountability, bro? God damn. Forgive me, Lord, for saying that, but are y'all serious? Lord have mercy. Seriously, this is insane. Every woman, yeah, because they left the workforce and became entrepreneurs. Do y'all know that the average business that a black woman starts, it doesn't make it to 5 years, and the average earnings is about $24,000. And I've covered this. Some of it is not your fault because the funding isn't there for the black community as a whole. So typically what hinders black women in their businesses, they have to use their own money to fund them. Because if they were getting those loans, that funding, and they could borrow from some companies, which is what Goldman Sachs is trying to do. I know y'all seen that report a while back. Then it will be a better shot at that business and thriving. And then also one of the other reasons why black women's businesses don't work is because you guys tend to open businesses in the same markets, like beauty, retail, so on and so forth. Okay, it's that simple. And then third thing that hinders black women's businesses is that you guys typically have other jobs while building those businesses. Typically when you build a business with employees, that's going to be your primary source of income. For black women, it's not that. You guys have to fund it, but you also still have to work a 9 to 5, so to speak. And this is not me saying this. You can find all this information out on the Goldman Sachs report. The Goldman Sachs report explains this all. I covered this a while back. Okay, so this is not me spitballing. You can find everything that I just said within that report. And I'm actually linking into this once I clip this up. So I'm trying to help y'all, if you ain't noticed that.
Shalom, shalom as well. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto YAHAWAH, BAHASHEM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHEM, Requah Kodash, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom to the mighty Akim, Wathim, who are diligently waiting to be delivered from this final captivity, as well as the speckled bird that may look like the other nations but are actually Yasharallah. This brother Kawakab coming at you with another lesson. Today's lesson, I want to talk about this. And this is just basically biblical prophecy, where the system that Esau set up, that not necessarily, it's obviously not favored, but what's the word, puts certain tools that help the so-called black woman. All right, Esau put a specific he put a specific thing to incentivize the so-called black woman to be so quote unquote independent. It's now, but all that is basically now, falling through. All right, it was temporary, and now, they're now they want to, pull the rug from underneath them. All right, and as a result of that, this leaves them, in their terrible situation as a result. All right. So with that being said, the thing here is that these women's protections, primarily so-called black women, but also other women as well, that also basically follow in the so-called black woman's lead. Now they are protectionless. They don't have the same protection anymore, where they could fall back on certain things, especially with the primarily the so-called black women, but they don't have the same protections as before, where their job, because there was a mass layoff and stuff like that in terms of the jobs. And I believe they said that so-called black women were the ones that were losing their job more so than any other group of people. So that was a very big thing, where the so-called black women were kind of just losing access to the things, and they weren't able to just live the exact same lifestyle compared to before. As a result of that, I want to bring out these precepts, because this is again biblical prophecy and specifically in terms of all the protection that that these so-called black women used to have, as well as just women in general. They're losing that because now Esau is, again, as I said before, pulling the rug from underneath them, doing all these different things to destroy them rather than, keep them protected. All right. And that's basically the thing when it comes to, it's like you're trusting the devil to keep you afloat. You're trusting the devil to protect you when, that's not always going to work out. All right. I mean, yeah, maybe YAHAWASHI is going to utilize certain things, but again, it's never the end all be all. All right. Isaiah 32 verse 11, tremble ye women that are at ease, be troubled ye careless ones, strip you and make you bare, and gird up sackcloth upon your loins. And that was also the thing with the whole food stamp thing. I still don't remember exactly what happened, but I'm pretty sure when it came to the food stamps, they upped the requirements so that you in a where I think it was specifically so-called black women have a hard time reapplying and stuff like that. I don't know the exact details, but yeah, it was not the kindest, it was not the nicest, it was not the greatest thing that happened. It was definitely some trials and tribulation. All right. Anyway, but yeah, the women that are at ease, that I don't need a man, or I don't need this, or I'm good, I'm taken care of, or whatever. Oh, Esau got me. No, like the reality of it is that Esau has been plotting against you. All right, and he's still plotting. All right. Now, Sirach chapter 36 verse 25. He that getteth the wife let me start over. Sirach 36 verse 24, he that getteth a wife beginneth a possession, a help like unto himself, and a pillar of rest. Where no hedge is, there the possession is spoiled, and he that hath no wife will wander up and down mourning. Basically, the woman is under the protection of a husband when she is, married and stuff like that, because obviously that's the thing. Husband's supposed to be the protector of the household and stuff like that. So when stuff goes down, you expect, okay, well, the man's supposed to protect, the man's supposed to provide, the man's supposed to do this, that, and the third, or whatever. And when that man is not, doing that role because of some reason or whatever, or more not when a man's not doing that role, when a man is not even there to begin with, because said woman decides, I don't need a man, or I don't want to be in a relationship, I don't want to do this, that, or whatever, and stuff like that, because they're more worried about their own will, they're more worried about fulfilling their own lusts and stuff like that. All right, because they utterly refuse, then you're just leaving yourself for a spoil. And that's the thing where a lot of these women are going to, or have been seeing that they, in all honesty, need a man in their lives. Okay, father, brother, husband, whatever. All right, to protect them from whatever, because there's been, especially with the so-called black women, a lot of these so-called black women have been going missing. All right. and there's no there ain't no protection. They're just prey. Like people are just preying on them and saying, "Oh, well, look at this woman that she's all alone. All I have to do is just hit her, do this, snatch her up, X, Y, and Z." Like, and it is that easy and that simple. And a lot of times, they just don't care. All right. Job 1:10, hast not thou made a hedge about him and about his house and about all that he hath on every side? How thou hast blessed the work of his hands, and his substances increased in the land. So there is a hedge, all right. The man is a hedge to protect all that he hath, all right, so that it doesn't get stolen. And that the hedge is the man. So with that, I pray that this lesson is edifying. I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI, double honor to the elders and apostles, the great middle son of God, Shalom.